Okay, I'm going to talk about depression today. Now, it's surprising that a lot of people go through depression, but a lot of people never talk about it. It's one of those things we all hide, and even a lot of people are embarrassed of it. But I feel compelled to talk about this because the other day I was just chilling, and one of my homies came to mind and gave him a call. And lo and behold, he was talking about how he was feeling depressed and things that was going on. The next day, I hit up a friend, one of my homegirls, and the same thing, you know, and I managed to call her during an episode. And after the conversation, she did feel invigorated and uh, took some action, but it made me want to make a video about depression because there's a lot of people that are depressed, but we lie to ourselves and or we don't know how to get out of it, and we tell ourselves that it's it's just this thing that it's just who we are. And what happens is we'll just find ourselves just suffering and suffering in silence, suffering alone. And I'm going to talk about the steps that I believe. You know what? I'm just going to plain out talk about what works, how to get out of being depressed. Plain and simple. When you feel depressed, what you should do is walk. Get up and walk. Get up and move around. Why? Because when you're depressed, you're going to be lying down. You're going to be sitting down, lounging around, and not moving, not leaving your house. And though you may be going to work and being around people, but when you're at home, you're not moving much. And when you're not moving much, you're stuck in your thoughts. And so I'm just going to give you the actionable things that I did and that I've told other people to try. And for all of them, it always works. So what I mean by that is get up and walk. We underestimate we underestimate what it is to be able to just walk and be able to think and get out. That does a lot for you mentally, and it can get you out of the state of being in your head. And when I say walk, you don't have to go to a park to walk. You can just walk around your neighborhood. But get up and walk. Two, I would also say to talk to people. And it doesn't have to be the most deepest conversations. But what happens is when you're depressed, essentially what happens is like your social battery kind of wears out and it needs to be replaced. And sometimes, especially if you're depressed and you're alone, you don't have people in your life that are equipped to be able to support you and or get you out of that state. And what happens is when you slowly start walking, which is moving, you start working out, exercising. Um, that also helps as well. When you're exercising, you're getting swole, you're relieving a little bit of stress. And for some people, exercise is not the most enjoyable, but what's going on is you need to be able to move your body. And I believe that when you're working out, you need to be able to just get your mind and your body stronger. And working out can really help you with that. Walking can help you with that. Because while you're walking, you're going to be paying attention to things and you'll be thinking about things. And you may still be depressed while you are walking. And the thing is, it's a daily thing. It's a daily thing, you know, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. But the reason why I say that also that you should talk to people is because you begin to start charging your social battery when you talk to people. And it doesn't have to be about the deepest things in the world. Um, Essentially, I've been doing this for years now, what we call three a days. Every day, I talk to three random people and just give them a compliment, just say something random. And slowly, what happens is you go from, hey, nice shoes, right? Oh, wow, your hair looks nice, to, hey, your hair looks nice. Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Where did you get your hair done? What made you cut your hair that way? You begin to start adding more and more to the conversation. And this really helps if you're a shy person as well, and if you're an introvert, because when you're depressed, you can kind of tell yourself that you're an introvert. You don't like to talk to people. Um, People are thinking this of you. And that's why it helps to be able to just talk to people, talk to strangers. These small little bite-sized conversations begin to stack up. And what happens is you begin to develop the skills to be able to socialize again, and even better than you were before. Now, this isn't everything. There's obviously other parts to the depression, I guess, stronghold, if you want to call it that. And that would be mainly because things aren't going the way you wanted to, maybe from a past breakup, the relationships, um, jobs, career, where you want to be in life. Now, to be able to face that, I believe that once you start walking, once you start working out, once you start talking to people, right, opportunities begin to come. You begin to be more motivated and more consistent. You do this for a week straight, no excuses. You take 10,000 steps. That's what I did. I found it that, like, um, at one point in my life, I was doing like only 2,000 steps a day, barely moving, you know, maybe some days even 1,000 steps. And then when you take it to 10,000 steps a day, to be honest, my back was hurting in the beginning, which is crazy, just from walking. But it's because I wasn't moving my body much. And but when you start doing this, you start working out, you begin to develop a level of consistency. Then you look back at the last week and you're like, hold on, I did this last week. I moved my body this much. I did this. I met three more people. I talked to two different people that I build a little bit of a stronger connection. And before you know it, you'll look at that consistency, and one day, it may not be a week, it may be a month, it may be a few months, but before you know it, you'll be like, man, I'm not depressed anymore. And the thing is like that thing that you looked at as just so overtaking to you, you begin to look at it like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I was ever like that. And honestly, I promise you, this, I've seen this work for so many people. And I truly believe that if more people were told that, yes, I know you know this, you're feeling this feeling, but it's in your head. The majority of depression is in your head. And a lot of people in the world want to say, hey, you know what? It's just this. A lot of depression is battling with yourself, battling with your mind, telling yourself, having this limiting beliefs, telling yourself, I can't do this, I can't do this, this is going on, and allowing your mind to attack you, allowing your mind to control you. And once you decide that, hey, you know what, I'm going to do something about it, it's not going to be easy. This isn't something that's supposed to be easy. But the thing is when you're lying down and being depressed, that in itself is not a comfortable position to ever be in. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit of that off the top of my head, uh, because it's truly how I feel. You know, instead of me making an excuse, because we can come up with excuses all day. This happened to me because of this. I'm like this because of this. And you know what? You I find it that a lot of people get comfort in their excuses because they don't want to do nothing about it. You know, we make excuses for ourselves and it keeps us comfortable because it's actually uncomfortable to get out of depression. It's very uncomfortable because you're going to be doing things that you don't want to do. You're going to be doing things like, oh man, your mind is telling you, man, don't do it. What's the point in doing that? But there is a point in doing that. You're the reason.